Hey friends, hope you're doing fine. Now we all waited for this moment a long time in Power BI. Because so far, it was always the case that we have to specify upfront in the Power Query editor, for instance, how many rows of data we want to see. So there was actually no option for the end consumer of our report to enter data and based on his or her selection, then display values, right? That was not possible. I mean, of course, we could work with, for instance, a ranking node to display this, but to really load only the data based on the rows selected by the end user, that was not possible. But now in the latest version of Power BI, Microsoft introduced the option to bind parameters coming from our query to, let's say, a visual, in this case, or a column, which allows us to specify how many data I want to see. What I mean by that is the following. In this example, I have a direct query connection to a SQL Server database. This is currently required. You need a real-time connection, so in this case, a direct query connection. From this database, I'm extracting here, in this case, just suppliers. And you can also see that here, I have, in this case, a slicer, which allows me, or in that case, the end consumer, to select how many rows of data he or she wants to see. Meaning, if, for instance, I click on 20 here, then the data loads, and you can see that now we extract the 20 suppliers in here, in this table, and visualize them. And if I select the lower value, like 10, for instance, you would see only 10. If I select 5, you would see 5. And please note that this is not the same as, for instance, as I said before, ranking and then display the data. This really means that we have inside here our model a live connection. I can show you this in the model view. The suppliers here, and you can see this here by the blue bar at the top. This is a real-time, so a direct query connection to a SQL Server database. And this second table, that is my slicer table. I simply called it how many. And then here I have a column which displays, in this case, as you can see here, the 5, 10, 15, and so on. And based on the selection we do inside the table here, we basically filter real-time this table. And based on our selection, this parameter gets then updated inside the Power Query editor. So the option is that if you go to the table here and can see under, if I select this one, under Advanced here, I have the option to bind a parameter. And that's what I do. I bind the parameter amount to my selection in here. And if I go to Transform Data, you will see that for my database here, suppliers, I basically also have a parameter here, which is amount in here. And this parameter here specifies how many rows of data I want to load. As you can see here, it's currently 5, right? And if let me close and apply this for now. Let's go back to report. And this new feature allows now the end consumer really to select directly in here how many rows of data should be extracted from the underlying data source. And this was not possible in all the prior versions of Power BI. And long requested, and now it's available. Okay? So that's just for this update. So hopefully that was interesting to you, and hopefully you can use this in your future reports as well. So thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and also like the video if you'd like to see more. Thanks a lot, and best regards, and take care.